The CDC is now saying they're concerned about a link to strokes in the vaccine. We've also seen significant spikes in COVID-19 deaths after countries introduced the COVID vaccines. We have these sudden death spikes as well. Look, I know you take credit for getting the vaccines to the American people in record time. I got that. Will you acknowledge now, though, that the COVID-19 vaccines were not as safe or effective as we were told by the medical community at the time?
Well, what I did is, first of all, there were no mandates with me, and
Right.
I had absolutely no mandates, and the governors were allowed to do what they want. And most Republican governors did the right thing, and most Democrat governors didn't, with the lockdowns and all the other things they did, including their views of the vaccine. What I did, I was able to get something approved that, has proven to save a lot of lives. Some people say I saved 100 million lives worldwide.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and has Donald Trump officially flipped his wig?
But I was able to get that done in 9 months versus 5 years to 12 years, if it ever got done. I got the FDA to do things that it was pretty amazing what we were able to do.
The twice impeached, two-time loser and orange tyrant called into David Brody's water cooler program on Hard Right Real America's Voice on Monday, but left listeners thirsty for answers. They wanted to know about Trump's stance on the COVID vaccine. But instead, listeners were subject to the former toddler-in-chief's back and forth waffling and complaining and his constant need for attention. The lies started flowing as soon as Trump opened his nasty pie hole. He tried to say that he didn't mandate the vaccine and that somehow he should be thanked for that.
But as far as using it, as far as the utilization, I never demanded anybody use it. I never had a mandate. And I think that's very important to know. And
the bumbling orange buffoon couldn't get a cohesive thought process going as he looked for the next slide to focus on. He tried to explain.
I never had anybody, for instance, when I said, I never said close up. I never said we're going to close our country up.
Well, maybe if you had done something, Donald Trump, so many people wouldn't have died in this country. While our neighbors, friends, or family were on respirators dying from COVID, you did nothing. You did nothing but push conspiracy theories and BS on the American people.
What about the safety aspect? That's what people are concerned about now. Do you have some concerns about the safety of these vaccines?
Well, I always do, but you have to understand there are the pros and cons. If you could read some reports saying it was the greatest thing that's ever happened and we saved tens of millions of lives. Then you'll read other reports, you'll say there was some problems with the vaccines in terms of certain things, but relatively small numbers. But, you have many reports that say the vaccine saved tens of millions of lives, that without the vaccines, you wouldn't have, you would have had a thing like we had in 1917 where perhaps 100 million people died.
Remember when Dr. Fauci, an infectious disease expert, was presenting facts and guidelines? You were asking about bleach and black lights? Did you suddenly forget about pushing hydrochloroquine because you own stock in the company making it? Do you ever think about the people who lost their lives because you did nothing? Does something like that ever keep you up at night? Do you have the capacity to think about all the suffering that you could have stopped just by being a decent human being and a leader? No, you don't, because it would make you think of someone other than yourself. Trump tried to claim that his COVID response has been credited with saving 100 million people. We don't know who come up with that nonsense. Maybe he's quoting Rudy Giuliani or any other of the clowns. The host, David Brody, tried to press the orange loser with claims that the COVID vaccine causes an increase of stroke and apparently wanted to back him into a corner. But neither one of the two numbskulls had any medical training to back up their claims, except maybe bend over and cough. They are over their level of expertise, and they would be wise to just shut up. If you added up the lives lost because of his incompetence, and if you put Donald Trump on top of that number, he would be standing on top of a countless mound of bodies of people that he did nothing to try to save. Donald Trump is nothing but a snake oil salesman that has no shame. David Brody is not much better, and that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.